Okay, everybody, I'm going to teach you how to consolidate your student loans for free. The reason I'm doing this is because I had a company call me and try to get me to pay them about $2,000 for them to consolidate my loans and to lower my payment. And what they were offering sounded absolutely amazing. And I was about to do it, but I knew that there was no way that the government was going to charge me to do what they were promising they were going to do. So I did some research on my own, and I want to show you exactly how you can lower your payments, how you can consolidate all your loans. I had about 7 loans that were all open and that were gaining interest. And so what consolidation does, especially if you're trying to raise your credit, is it will pay off and close all those loans and force all the loans into one lump loan. So you're not going to be seeing discounts on your student loan. That amount will stay the same, but what you can do is you can consolidate into one loan, which is going to close all the other loans that you had open, which is going to raise your credit. Secondly, what you can do is you can go into a repayment plan based on your income, and it will lower your payments from, let's say $270 a month down to, possibly $11 a month. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your federal student aid. You can find that at studentaid.gov. And if you haven't already created a password, so you're going to go into login here, you're going to have to create your username and your password. So this is mine, and this is what I was looking at, and this is what I still owe, is about $27,000. But again, I had 7 different loans open, and it was killing my credit. So what you're going to want to do is once you log in to Federal Student Aid, and if you haven't done this, if you haven't set up your username and your password, stop the video right now and come back to this point once that's all finished, because you're not going to be able to do anything without a login and a password. If you can't get that through the site, you're going to have to get that through your loan servicers. Mine was with the Department of Ed with Great Lakes. I don't know who you guys have. So the first thing you're going to want to do is this is going to take you to your dashboard once you get logged in, and you're going to want to go to Manage Loans. Now, once you get over here into Manage Loans, you're going to come over here and you're going to go into Consolidate My Loans. Okay. This is all simple, it's free, and it's only going to take you about 30 minutes, and it's not going to cost you anything at all. So you're going to want to come over here, and you're going to want to go into the Consolidate Your Loans, and you're going to press Start. Now, what's beautiful about this, I'm not going to show you mine exactly because I don't want to restart the consolidation process and screw up my consolidation. But what I can show you is this preview read-only version of the complete form. So when you open this, it's going to give you instructions, and it's going to look a little bit different than the read-only version, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Okay, so again, this is going to take about 30 minutes, and I'm going to show you what's different because it's going to seem a little bit overwhelming. But the beautiful thing about this website and what they do is that you're going to add, it shows you everything that you need to add, and you can read it line by line. But you're going to get into this portion where you're like, well, what if I don't know where all my loans are? What if I have different loans from different companies? What if I don't understand what loans can be consolidated and what can't be? You are going to have to kind of look through this. So there are certain loans that can't be consolidated, but most of them can. And though you're going to have all these loan codes, don't get hung up on it. It's super easy. So they're giving you all the loan codes that you could possibly have. And then it will say mail pages 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of your completed note and any other required forms to the following address. You don't need to do that at all. So don't worry about that either. The website's going to do everything for you. So you're going to get down through here. You're going to put all of your information. And you're going to be able to enter this on the website as opposed to this just being read only. So get in all of your information, and then what's going to happen, you're going to have to put in a reference, because if you don't pay, obviously they're going to want to get in touch with somebody. So when you get to here, even though this is all blank, when you get into the website and it's not just the read only, it's going to compile all the loans that the Department of Education has on file for you. So all of this will actually be filled in for you. You don't have to do anything with it. You just have to check that they're all there. And if it's not there, then the Department of Education doesn't have reference to it, so don't worry about it. So all of your loans will be listed here. So at the time, I had 7 open loans, all coming to the grand total of $27,000. So when you get down here, it will say, read the instructions before completing the section, list all education loans that you do not want to consolidate. I think the Perkins loan can't be consolidated. I'm not 100% sure on that. I didn't have a Perkins loan, but I think the Perkins loan cannot be. So it's going to, again, be completely up to you. But all this, once you click on the sides of here, there will be places where you can click. And right down here below this last box here, there will be like a square space where you can pick and say, okay, these are the ones that I want consolidated. I picked all of them because I didn't have a Perkins loan. So down here, it will say list code. It will all be filled in for you once you click this box that doesn't exist on this read-only form. It will all be filled in for you. So they'll be listed right through here. And then what you want to do is you want to carefully read over what kind of repayment plan you want to select, okay? So to select the revised page, it says basically to select the standard repayment plan, the graduated repayment plan, the extended repayment plan, complete the repayment plan section form that accompanies this note. So they will all be listed out, and what you want to look at is the differences between the standard payment plan, the graduated payment plan, because if you graduated, your rates will be higher, but when you get into understanding the differences between the revised pay-as-you-earn repayment plan, the pay-as-you-earn repayment plan, the income-based repayment plan, you can choose. It's not going to just like force you into having to pick one. You can choose what you want to do, okay? And you can find all the information on the differences between these repayment plans at this website, okay? So it says you must either select the repay plan, the pay plan, or the IBR or the ICR plan. The IBR and the ICR plans are awesome, and you'll start seeing, you'll be able to see what the differences are. So basically what these plans do is, if let's say like for mine, for instance, I had $27,000, what they'll do is they'll set you up on a payment plan where you could be paying $11 a month, you could be paying $43 a month, and they set you up with a 25-year loan. So all your loans get consolidated into this 25-year loan, and they start you off based on how much you're making now. Because if you stay with your loan servicer, which you will, you're basically going to be paying for interest. It's going to be impossible for you to ever pay off your student loans. What these programs do is they base it on your income. So you say, okay, well, how the hell are you going to pay off $27,000 at $11 a month? Well, you have 25 years to do it, but what the income-based repayment plan does is that you may be paying $11 per month for 5 or 6 years. And let's say that you never make any more money than you're making today. Let's say that is your income for life. Well, they're going to keep your payments the same. So maybe at the end of the 25 years, you may have paid off only $5,000 worth of your loan. Then the rest of it gets forgiven at the end of that 25 years. Now, let's say you start making more. Let's say that you start making $300,000 a year. Well, at that point, you're going to be able to pay off your loan completely. You're going to have the money to do it. But let's say you never do, then you end up only paying, let's say, $5,000 over 25 years. So this is a way for you to be able to rebuild your credit and still not be totally shackled by the debt that you owe towards your student loans. So go through these and figure out which one is going to work well for you. Then you're going to pick which one that is. It will allow you to pick. There'll be another box for you to pick. And then what it will do is it will tell you to sign all these things. Oh, if I'm consolidating a Perkins loan, okay, this will no longer be eligible for interest-free periods. So you'll have to look through that if you have a Perkins loan. It's not a big deal. Just make sure that you read all these things to understand what you're doing. And then what it will ask you to do is it will make you sign a master promissory note like you did when you first got your federal student aid. And it will tell you about interest, so you're not going to be paying massively high levels of interest at all with these, because it sets you into it's like a low. It's like it brings down your interest rate to like 2.5%. I think it's 2.5 to 4.9%, which is much better than any of the loan servicers are going to offer you. So you want to do it through studentaid.gov. So you'll sign a master promissory note. It will talk about all these important notices, etc. and so forth. So anyway, I read through all these things, and then what I did is I signed it. I picked the repayment plan that I wanted to do. Got down all the way through here, and I know it seems like a lot, but you want to read your stuff. But like for instance, loan amount. If you pay the interest as it occurs, $15,000 paid as incurred. So this tells you basically the interest that you'll incur. But if you have 25 years to pay it off, and let's say you never make any more money, it's going to forgive the rest of your loan as long as you stay on time with your payments. And it's not going to be payments of $137. It's not going to be payments of $300. It's going to be payments based on your income now, which could be $43 a month. It's going to be less than your cable bill. And so you'll sign this, and then what will happen is the federalstudentaid.gov does all the work for you. So they actually send over your promissory note. They send over the fact that you want to consolidate your loans. They send over the repayment plan that you want to do, and they send it all over to your loan servicer. So you don't even they play middleman for you. And then what's happened with me is right now, all of my loans have been consolidated. All of 6 out of 7 of my loans have been paid off in full and are closed now. And now I have one loan, and it takes about 3 weeks for your servicer to get back to you to set up payments, which are going to begin again in January. But I did get a letter in the mail, and I'm looking at like paying, $15 a month out of all this cash. So definitely get on it. It's a free service. It can save you a ton of money. It can get you out of being underneath all these loans so you can build your credit. And it will, it will put money back, money and food back in your homes. Okay, so make sure that you sign all this, check the boxes, and then there's a point where you're going to say, and it will say, check the box for repayment plan that you wish to select. Select anyone that suits you, and you can look. They'll show you side by side what the differences are in repayment. Okay. So make sure that you read that. The ICR and the IBR, what is it? The repay and the ICR and the IBR are amazing. So definitely check those. And then you'll get all this signed, and then there will be a place where you hit submit. And then you just have to wait because they'll send all that information over to the servicer. Now, because you want to consolidate your loans, don't think that your servicer can just be like, oh, no, we're not going to do that for you. The government has a deal with all these servicers that serviced your loan in the first place, so that if you want to consolidate, they have to consolidate your loans. And they have to put you into a repayment plan based on whatever you picked. So it's a given. It's not like it's there, it's done. The government wants to deal with this insane debt that all Americans are in because of their student loans. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope this helps. I hope it saves you some money. I know a lot of people are totally freaking out because student loans are, you're going to have to start repaying those by January 22nd. So get on this now if you can, because that's going to put you right in line with the repayments that have to start again in January. And everything should be done by then. I hope it saves you a ton of money. I hope it saves you a ton of time.